Hello once again, and now we are going to do a little review of this Yamaha DXR10 speaker. As you can see here, we have the horn section, and we have the 10-inch speaker here, and there's some venting going on here. The grille obviously is screwed in here. It's a metal grille, and it's a composite cabinet. Some sort of plastic, I would say. Here on this speaker you will find these plugs which hide some places where you can hang the speakers. They're also on the top. There's two on the top here, and they're on either side. That's for flying them. Basically, you can hang them from chains or whatever you want. This speaker here, the DXR10, DXR12, and DXR15 are big enough that they can be used sloped as a monitor here. So you'll see right here on this side here that it's sloped, so it will sit at about a 50-degree angle. Unfortunately, the DXR8, where the cabinet is so small, it does not have that capability, so you'd have to put it on a chair or some sort of a stand, or you can also put it on a tripod, of course. So the DXR8 is not readily able to sit down as a monitor on the floor. So anyway, basically I'm going to show you the back here. I'm hoping you're getting to see the contents of what I'm showing here. I'll just bring in the camera a bit. Here you have the cooling fan for the power amp. This is basically the power amp that's mounted here in the back of the speaker. So this is the cooling fan, which keeps your amplifier cool. It's a 4-stage fan, so depending on what it needs, it'll switch to the different levels of to keep your amplifier cool. What you're looking at basically here, and I'll unplug this, you're looking at a 3-channel mixer. And as you can see, there's a one input here, which is XLR, which is a mic or line I should say, and it's a through, so you can send the signal into here, and then you can send out to here to another cabinet if you'd like. And this is the level here for input 1, and here's the level for input 2, which is 1/4 jacks. The left one is mono, the right one is right, of course. So you'd have stereo left and right if you use both, but if you're going to be using just mono, you have to go into the left channel here, XLR. The third channel, the third line, is RCA, and of course this is the level here. Here is some lighting here that tells you exactly what could be going on with your speaker. Basically, here's a limit light. When that clicks, it tells you you're to your limit. This here is a signal meter. It lets you know that you are getting a signal. This light will light up when it goes into protection. And this cabinet, by the way, has some awesome protection capabilities with it. This little switch here can actually turn on and off the little LED light on the front that tells you that it's on or off. I don't know why, but I guess some people would not like to have that light on, so they turn it off. In this channel here, input 1 is basically would be used for mic. It could be used for line also for a main PA. But you have the option of keeping it on line for like a main PA signal coming out of a mixer, or you can switch it to mic, and then you can just insert a mic directly into this here channel and adjust the levels as you need. Over here we have what's called the DSP, the digital signal processing. This amplifier speaker has a special decontour amplifier built into it, and what it allows you to do, there's 2 ways you can set this monitor, and you can set it to or you can set it off. Basically, up, the switch fully up is for front of house. Basically it boosts the lows and somewhat of the highs, so it gives you that out front of house good quality sound. In the center would be off. It would turn off this decontour, and if you switch it down, the third level would be monitor, so it scoops out the bass signals but boosts the mids and highs, and that would give you a lot better control on stage for monitor. Next we have basically it's a frequency roll-off. In the off position, which is down here, the last selection down, it basically lets the cabinet take full signal of what is coming out of whatever instrument or whatever signal you're putting in. If you want to cut the frequency 100 Hertz and down, you would switch it, and that would cut from 100 Hertz down. Basically, it would cut that, so it would basically be a savings of signal in case you didn't want to put too much signal into the cabinet. However, this cabinet certainly can handle a lot of low range. It also comes, you can also get a subwoofer for this cabinet, so then you'd switch it to 100 Hertz and 120 Hertz, and then you'd allow the subwoofer to handle the low signals, which is a good way to do it too. So you have 100 Hertz, and then you can also switch it to 120 Hertz. So anything from 120 down would go to the subwoofer basically, or it would not, at least it would not enter into this speaker, this configuration. And next we have a neat rig on this. I haven't seen this before actually. It's called a link out. So basically what happens if you have things running in stereo, say you have something here left and right here, and you have something in your RCA jacks also running left and right. But when you put it into stereo, which is in, this button in, this becomes the right channel, this cabinet. And then you send a signal out to another cabinet similar to this, and that will be your left. So basically you're getting your stereo. By depressing this, letting the button come out, basically you're getting mono signal from everything. And this signal out would also be mono, so you'd be getting left and right combined basically into one signal. So that's an awesome feature. Of course, down here we have the AC in and the power cord, the power button, I should say. That's pretty much it for the speaker. Here's another place down here for a. You pull this little cap out, and it allows you to mount it to the ceiling or tie it onto something, or usually it's chain or whatever. And there's a handle at the top, which I'm not so sure you can see, but the handle is up here. And so that's the DXR10 made by Yamaha. Some wonderful reviews on this, and I personally think that it's probably, for its size and weight, probably the best cabinet on the market, powered speaker. I highly recommend it. I've used these before. I've never owned one myself, but we're using a set of 12s like this for our out in the main stage, front of house basically, and we're using these here for monitors. Now, I never owned one myself, but now I do, because I've used it that long the past few years, and I said I got to get myself one for myself, because they're just a phenomenal performing speaker. You will certainly not be let down, for sure. I think you'll really enjoy it, and like I say, it's got multiple purposes. Basically, I can use this now for my own personal monitor on stage, and as I've shown you before, just to go over, if I'm in practice at rehearsal or something, I can place my mic here, adjust the levels. I can place my bass guitar, whatever instrument I want to play here, set the level. And if I want to, I can put something in here. It could be iPhone, it could be a signal coming from the board, it could be practice material on a CD. Inject the signal into there, set the level. And of course, we got these controls here. So from whatever I need to whatever is necessary, it can be set up. So it's basically what I'm going to be doing with this. The main thing, besides using it as a monitor, is taking it to rehearsal. If we don't have a PA to use, which we usually do, but if we don't, I'll take this unit and it's going to cover my own personal needs in the rehearsal. I hope you enjoyed this video, this little review. I don't usually do reviews, I usually do overviews, but I just wanted to do this for you, and I hope you enjoyed it. This is the best of Yamaha. There's also a DSR series, which is even more powerful. And like I mentioned, the DXS, I believe, comes in a 12 and a 15-inch, and that's the subwoofer, which is a complementary speaker, subwoofer speaker that would operate along with this and give you, of course, more low range. But this is the DXR10, and certainly happy that I now can call this speaker my own.